Have you ever felt like the universe hates you? Right when you're on the toilet? No. Well, get ready to never sit the same way again. Because today, on Red Tea Spillman, I bring you the most embarrassing, traumatic, uncomfortable, and absurdly real stories that have happened to people just like you. Right in their most vulnerable moment. The porcelain throne. From toilet paper betrayals, backstabbing cats, mother-in-laws with terrible timing, shower whispers, to a Zoom camera turning on at the absolute worst time. Yes, this is real. And this is your warning. Never underestimate what can go wrong in the bathroom. So if you're watching this from your bathroom, good luck. And if you're not, do these 3 things before something worse happens. Smash that like button, comment your worst bathroom moment, and subscribe to the channel. Because here, we don't hide the shame. We turn it into entertainment. What's the worst thing that could happen while sitting in the bathroom? We ran out of toilet paper and I was home alone. I swear I've never felt so alone in my entire life. I was just sitting there, peacefully contemplating life, until I turned my head and saw the worst kind of emptiness. The roll. Completely empty. I told myself, nah, there's gotta be a spare one. I checked under the sink, in the cabinet, on the shelf. Nothing. Just silence. And the worst part? I was alone. No help. No options. I had to do the ninja walk of shame all the way to the kitchen, pants down, like I was on some sort of secret mission. The worst moment. Catching my reflection in the microwave. I judged myself. Hard. You never really appreciate toilet paper. Until fate leaves you with none and not a soul in sight. Loneliness hits different when you're forced to ninja walk through the house with your dignity in the breeze. Never underestimate the power of a backup roll. Never. My cat opened the door, and my mother-in-law walked in right after. That was the exact moment I lost my mother-in-law's respect. There I was, on the throne, minding my business, when my cat pushed the door open. Yes, he knows how to do that. He walked in, looked me dead in the eye like, "You good?" And right behind him came my mother-in-law. We locked eyes. Me, mid-business. Her, holding a tray of cookies. The cat sat down like this was perfectly normal. I haven't looked at that woman the same ever since. They say respect is earned, but it can vanish in 2 seconds and one curious cat. The real villain here isn't my mother-in-law. It's the furry traitor who opened the gates of hell. Moral of the story. Never trust a cat with door access. Or, just never trust a cat. My phone slipped and fell straight into the toilet. I was scrolling through TikTok, laughing at a video of puppies, when gravity betrayed me. The phone slipped from my hand, spun 180 degrees in the air, and landed with a plop. Silence. 1 full second of mourning. And then, the decision. I had to reach in. There was no turning back. I rescued it. We cried together. Now it lives permanently in a bowl of rice. It survived. More than I can say for my dignity. Losing your phone is tough. Fishing it out of a toilet? That's another level of despair. Some moments change you. This was one of them. And yes, rice dries many things, but not your pride. My brother turned off the Wi-Fi while I was on the toilet watching TikToks. I was at peace, watching TikToks, passing time while handling business. Right when the juicy part of the story starts. I thought it was just TikTok acting up. Closed the app. Opened it again. Nothing. Wi-Fi. Dead. I storm out of the bathroom, mid-process, mind you. And there he is. My brother, holding the router like it's Excalibur. He looks me dead in the eye and says, "You were disconnected from reality, bro." I blocked him from my life for 3 full days. Bro, that's evil. When someone kills the Wi-Fi while you're on the toilet, you realize how fragile your inner peace really is. He didn't just unplug the router. He unplugged your soul. A work Zoom call rang, and the camera turned on. I was on the toilet, phone in hand, just casually scrolling, when suddenly, Zoom call incoming. I thought, no big deal, I'll just hit mute. But I don't know what I tapped, because the camera turned on. There I was, in glorious HD bathroom tiles behind me like it was a prison mugshot. I panicked. slammed the power button like I was defusing a bomb. Since that day, I always use a virtual background. Even in meetings, I'm not talking in, just in case. Some mistakes can be deleted. Others get recorded in full HD. The camera can't catch the smell, but it can immortalize the shame. Reminder, if you bring your phone to the bathroom, go on airplane mode, or resign in advance. Someone knocked right when I was midway through. That awkward moment when you know, if you get up now, it's all over. Literally. I was deep in concentration, mid-process, when someone pounds on the door like it's a fire drill. Hurry up! And there I am, battling for my dignity, yelling back. Almost done. Knowing full well this was just getting started. Some battles need full focus, and others get completely ruined by a single knock at the door. Saying almost done, while in the middle of chaos, is its own form of torture. The bathroom had echo, and every sound was amplified. It was a public restroom. I sat down. A few people were around. Then, the symphony began. What I didn't know was that this bathroom had Olympic Stadium-level echo. Every single sound, amplified times 10. Someone laughed. I cried. And when it was over, I waited until everyone left. No one was going to know who I was. When the restroom has echo, you're not alone, you're amplified. What was supposed to be private becomes an accidental performance. Some leave bathrooms refreshed. Others leave acoustically traumatized. The toilet bowl broke while I was still on it. I never thought a bathroom could betray me like this. I sat down like always, heard a little crack, thought it was nothing. Then, boom, the toilet collapsed. Me. On the floor. The shock knocked the urge right out of me. I stood up like a war hero, with a scratch on my pride, and a trauma on my cheeks. Sitting down with trust is peace. When the toilet betrays you, that's heartbreak. Not all heroes wear capes. Some just want to poop in peace. And yes, sometimes the bathroom breaks down emotionally too. Hearing a whisper from the shower, while home alone. There I was, minding my business in the bathroom, fully in Zen mode. Phone in one hand, soul leaving through the other. Everything was fine, until I heard a whisper. From the shower. Clear as day, someone said, "Are you there?" I froze. Didn't move. Didn't even breathe. Just sat there, pants around my ankles, trying to decide if I'd rather die like this or sprint out butt naked. Spoiler, I stayed. Pretended I heard nothing. Closed my eyes and hoped the ghost had manners and would let me finish in peace. Nothing stops digestion faster than a voice that shouldn't be there. Between running and finishing your business lies your true character. And if the ghost waits respectfully, that's already better manners than most people. Seeing two shadows under the door while living alone. I was doing my thing, scrolling TikTok like everyone else, when out of the corner of my eye, I saw two shadows of feet under the bathroom door. I thought it was my brother, until I remembered, I live alone. And the cat isn't that big. I didn't know what was worse, opening the door and facing whatever was there, or staying put while they opened the door mid-battle. In the end, I mustered up some courage, deodorant in hand like a weapon. I opened the door, and there was nothing. But I never used that bathroom at night again. Ever. Someone knocks. From inside the bathroom. I was home alone, chilling, pants down at my knees, scrolling on autopilot. All was calm until I heard 3 soft taps. On the door. From inside the bathroom. I swear, I jumped up in a split second. No cleanup, no nothing. I opened the door, checked everywhere, and nothing. Not a single soul. Just the toilet paper roll staring at me like I'd let it down. The power goes out, and you hear footsteps coming closer. Just when I thought, alright, tonight I'm gonna last a full hour here, the lights went out. Total darkness. Just my phone's light. And then I heard footsteps. Slow. One by one. Getting closer. I thought, if this is how I go, at least I'm in a good position to push back hard. But nothing came through. Just the footsteps. And then silence. The kind of silence that screams. When the public bathroom door has no lock, and someone walks in. I was in a public restroom. You know, those doors that look like they're made of cracker paper. I noticed the lock was loose, but thought, nah, who's gonna come in? Cut to me, mid-business, pants down. And some guy swings the door open like he's the FBI. We stared at each other. I screamed. He screamed. He slammed the door so fast I almost caught it with my teeth. Moral of the story: never underestimate a loose lock. And if there's none, block the door with your foot, or your dignity will be history. When you walk into the wrong bathroom and realize it's the women's. I was at the mall, emergency level. October 10th. I rushed into the first bathroom I saw, sat down, finally relieved. Then I heard heels. Then two women talking. Then a burst of laughter and someone said, "What the hell is this guy doing in here?" I looked at the sign from inside the stall. Yep. It had a little dress on it. I had to wait 15 minutes to make my escape unnoticed. Still bumped into a lady on the way out. She stared. I just said, "I'm sorry. It was a national emergency." Urgency will lead you to the wrong place. But women's laughter will snap you back to reality. The real drama isn't going in by mistake. It's walking out without looking guilty. If you're lucky, you only lose your pride, not your social credit. When your boss sends a voice note, while you're mid-battle. I was clenching harder than a politician's smile during election season when my phone vibrated. Voice note from my boss. And because I enjoy suffering, I hit play. "Hi, I need you to explain the delay on the project," and right then, my body decided to unleash an avalanche. The echo. The sound. The performance. Oh, and of course, my phone had auto-reply on and started recording. Now my boss thinks I work from an underground tunnel. Remote work has many dangers, but this one's the final boss. If your boss hears you in full volcano mode, start updating your resume. And for the love of dignity, disable auto-reply voice messages. My toilet summoned a cockroach from the depths of hell. I was sitting peacefully, minding my own business, when the toilet water started bubbling. Like something was trying to escape. I thought, meh, probably just air in the pipes. Until a cockroach swam out like Michael Phelps. I screamed, ran, slipped, and ended up dirtier than before. The toilet needed an exorcism, and I needed therapy. When the toilet starts coughing up wildlife, you're not in a bathroom anymore, it's the jungle. Some heroes run. Some slip while trying. And if the bug swims, you run. That's the rule. I made eye contact with a stranger mid-poop. I was sitting there, in full meditation mode, battling the consequences of 3 days straight eating nothing but spicy ramen. Then I looked up, and saw an eye. An eye! Someone was watching me through the vent crack. I froze. Who the hell spies on someone pooping at 11 p.m.? I screamed, "I saw you, you freak!" And the eye vanished. Turns out, it was my 6-year-old little brother looking for his Spider-Man. But still, you never poop in peace again after something like that. Fast and Furious, toilet drift, but with no toilet paper. I rushed into the bathroom like it was Fast and Furious 17. Intestinal drift. Urgency level. If I took 2 more steps, it would have been a disaster. I kicked the door open, threw myself onto the porcelain throne like a capeless hero, and, sweet relief. But just as I'm about to wrap it all up, I look up and freeze. No toilet paper. Not a square. Not a single sad little shred. I check my pockets. Salvation. 3 crumpled receipts from purchases I don't even remember making. One from a soda, another from some bread. The last from a charger that never worked. Eyes watery, dignity at -30. I did what had to be done. I still carry the emotional scar. Expired milk ruined my interview from the bathroom stall. There's no worse combo in life than expired milk and anxiety before a job interview. I get to the office, smiling like I'm totally stable and qualified, but inside, hell was already boiling. I sit down in the bathroom just before I'm called in, and bro, this wasn't just a stomach cramp. This was a message from the underworld. My soul tried to leave my body. The walls trembled. I think the mirror fogged up from fear. And right when I'm silently screaming, the phone rings. Jesus? You're up. Me, reporting from Mordor. Slight hydraulic emergency. 1 minute. Spoiler. They never called me back. But the toilet still remembers. You find a spider just below the seat when you are already in position. Look, I just wanted peace. I go into the bathroom, close the door, sit down, and suddenly, I feel something underneath. I look down, and there it is, a spider right under the seat. Black, hairy, with legs that look like they were made by the devil himself. I jumped like the toilet exploded. And the worst part? I didn't know whether to scream, run, or exorcise the bathroom. Ever since that day, I check the toilet like it's a nuclear bomb. Paranoia is real. You sit down and discover too late that it's covered. I rushed into a restaurant bathroom, okay? I couldn't hold it anymore. I sat down without looking because, I'm a pro by now. But no. Halfway through, I noticed something was off. Everything felt weird. I looked down and damn, the toilet was clogged. Stuff was already floating and I just made it worse. It was like a Titanic scene, but in a sewer. I ninja'd out of there without making eye contact with anyone. You expel everything that is inside you, and you realize that you are in a dream. Everything was perfect. The ideal bathroom. Clean, quiet, even the toilet paper came out like in a commercial. I sat down, did my business, relaxed like I was in a spa, and just as I finished, bam! I opened my eyes. I was in bed. Turns out it was all a dream. What wasn't a dream were the wet white sheets with a glorious brown stamp of my intestinal crime. I destroyed all evidence of the incident. But I'll never erase the shame of that disaster, at 22 years old. Moral of the story: if you ever dream that you're using the bathroom, it's better to wake up before you get down to business. But how do you know it's a dream? Ah yes, the cruel mystery of life. And just like that, folks, we've reached the end of this sacred journey. A journey filled with toilet betrayals, awkward moments, and high-pressure decisions made in the lowest of positions. If there's one thing we've learned today, it's this. In the bathroom, no one is safe. Not your dignity. Not your Wi-Fi. All you can do is laugh before you cry. So if any of these stories made you laugh, cringe, or reminded you of that one incident you swore to never speak of again, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop your bathroom trauma in the comments. This is a judgment-free zone. Here we laugh through the pain. And if you're watching this from the toilet right now, may the gods of toilet paper be with you. See you in the next disaster. Right here on Red Tea Spillman.